before we leave. Be like doing all that Marilyn Monroe.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started with the meeting. Looks like we got a pretty short agenda today, which is nice. Now and then. So with that, we'll get started with the meeting, and the first order of business is the approval of the minutes from our last meeting back on August 12th. So is there a motion to approve? So moved.
Second.
Motion seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Motion passes. Minutes are approved. Resolution number 30279.
Yes, Commissioners, this is consideration of licensed facility use agreement.
Yeah.
Monet Battle of Westport Fund for the 150th exhibition, the Battle of Westport. Shannon, it's all yours.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
I have with me today Alicia Cole and Dan Smith. I don't know who's going to talk. Dan? This will be the last weekend in October for Swope Park. With that, I'll let Dan come up here and talk to you about the event.
Yeah, moment ago.
3-day event in Swope Park.
Actually, 4 days.
Okay.
They're changing even as we speak.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you, Commissioners. I appreciate the opportunity to appear before you again, particularly on this subject matter. It's been about 2 years ago since we last met to discuss the master plan for the Big Blue Battlefield. I have a handout here for you all of the event. We are quite excited about the prospects for this. We have been looking at this for about 3 years now. We anticipate that we will have probably 5,000 visitors to the event. As you know, our Museum and Visitor Center is located here in Swope Park on the battlefield of the Battle of Westport. This is the largest battle fought west of the Mississippi, so it's a significant event not only for Kansas City, but for the entire region and the state of Missouri as well. We will have reenactments on 2 days. We'll have a total of 3 battle scenarios. We will also have an opportunity for the public to go down on the Big Blue Battlefield itself and see what progress we're making towards our Saving Kansas City's Battlefield initiative. That will be on Friday evening. One of the things that we're emphasizing here is trying to make this event relevant to 2014. Obviously, some would question what value does something that happened 150 years ago, and we attempt to answer that with this event. Part of that will be through our Education Day, which is on Friday, which will go from 10 to 2, and will feature a variety of presenters, including a nationally known medical exhibitor from the National Civil War Medicine Museum in Frederick, Maryland, George Wunderlich by name. And we will have a series of 20 or more stations around the visitor center on that day for students, both public school, private, and homeschoolers to come and experience many of the things associated with that event. The main deal will be on Saturday, the 25th of October. At that time, we will have the 2 skirmishes at 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock here on the field. And those of you who participated in 1989 will be in the same location as there. So we're quite historic. I had one piece I was going to show you, which is a news article from the Kansas City Post of August 2012, in which the headline was 30,000 people see reenactment of battle in Swope Park. So it's deja vu time. We have some pictures of the events from more than a century ago where it was being observed right in front of the visitor center. So we really appreciate the opportunity. We thank the board for its efforts and its commitment to this project, which we think is of significance, as I say, to not only the local community, but also to the region as well. And I would be more than happy to entertain any questions you might have. Thank you.
Great. Any questions or comments? All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Just
Oh,
a
yes, you want-
correction, we need to change the dates on our memo.
The reason why we extended it to Thursday is that
Okay.
the event is
That's there,
incredibly intertwined with the Parks Department. We
Actually,
have
on the 23rd.
a number of sites that are involved with this, that are parks property. The nationally recognized person, Bjorn Skaptesen, who's a native of Kansas City, will be leading tours to lead off on Thursday afternoon at Bruce Park, and it'll be followed by a dedication ceremony at the gun emplacement there at the south end of the park next to.
So the event on Thursday, the 23rd is at Luce Park?
There will be some events at Luce Park.
Okay.
It
It kicks off, and then it comes to School Park the next day?
And there will be some events at Luce Park as well. We have various walking tours, and we'll actually have an event over at Forest Hill Cemetery, as well as at the Big Blue Battlefield. But the primary focus of this event is in Swope Park itself, which I would again note for you is on the battlefield of the Battle of Westport.
Great, thank you very much. All right, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Thank
Thank you
very
so much.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Resolution number 30280.
Yes, Commissioners, another item that Shannon Dooley is handling. This is an event over at the Penn Valley Skate Park. Go ahead, Shannon.
Thanks, Mark. Hello, once again, Commissioners. This is a one-day event, promise, on September 27th over in our Penn Valley Skate Park. Jake Stewart is here with I Do What I Want Radio. Need to get that right. Jake can describe this event. This is an adaptive skate clinic. And this has happened in Houston, Texas, but hope to bring it to this region. And so Kansas City will be its own first, hopefully, annual event. Come on up here, Jake.
Hi, my name is Jake Stewart, and I'm with I Do What I Want Radio, and also a board member of Adaptive Sports Kansas City. Let me go ahead and give you guys some information.
Thanks.
It's an event flyer that we have going on and that we're making a lot of commercials for. It's also a digital flyer as well. But what this event is for young kids and early teenagers. And what we're trying to do is raise money with this event to help them with prosthetic limbs in the future. And what they always enjoy is the extreme sports. They still want to be involved in different things like that. So what we are going to do is bring out 8 professionals from California and have them run them through tricks. Nothing insane, nothing like Tony Hawk or anything like that, where it's going to be bad, big tricks, but that's going to be the clinic. We have lots of businesses already in Kansas City that are behind it. We just closed a deal last Thursday on some people that own a land in North Kansas City, I believe, that offered us a camp that we want to do as well. Make it a week-long service. But for this event, what we'd like to do in Kansas City is make it an annual service. Not only do you have a skate park in Penn Valley, but you also have a basketball court and tennis courts. I think in the future, we don't want to just make it just for extreme sports. We would like to get children involved that enjoy basketball, enjoy tennis, and then it can just go on and on from there. Keep it kind of short and sweet for y'all.
What a cool thing you guys are doing, truly. Fantastic. We appreciate you using the venue. It's a great spot, so we wish you
Yeah.
the best of luck. Is there any other comments or questions about the event itself? All right, well, here's
Best of luck.
Yeah, best of luck. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution
Thank you
passes.
very
Thank you
much.
Best of luck. Resolution number 30281.
Yes, Commissioners, you have before you the 2015-16, 2019-20 capital improvements plan, better known as the 5-year capital plan. You have a memo in your packet from Travis, and Richard Allen is the author of this document. So ask him the questions.
Very good.
I don't know about that, but good afternoon, Commissioners. What we're looking for today is approval of this draft submittal to the Capital Budget Office. It's due this Friday. They've requested projects from the different departments, in priority order. Our capital budget is made up of a few different categories. The first category is mandated projects. The projects in that category is Platte Purchase Park, Garrison Community Center, and then also Tiffany Hills Park. The next project is leverage projects. These are projects where you have some type of federal funding, requires a local match. The projects include Starlight Theater, Cliff Drive, Spirit of KC Trail, Lakewood Greenway improvements, Inglewood Boulevard from North Oak to Walcomas, and then the Fountain and Monuments at 9 different locations. Also includes 16 maintenance categories that have subcategories. We have a couple of new projects, KC Museum. We've broken out shelters as a maintenance item, and then also we brought in an old item that was called tennis courts and basketball courts. And then we've added another category that we should be a separate funded category, and that would be citywide right-of-way maintenance maintained by parks. And that would be the Emerald Ash abatement, Bruce R. Watkins, and then also the street tree maintenance. We have another category called other projects. We have 32 projects in that area. We have 10 projects that are pretty well distributed through the 6 council districts. And then just listing some key dates, our draft is to be submitted by August 30th. September 26th, I would invite any of you that would like to go, but it's a bus ride where you go all over the city, all the way north, all the way south, all the way east, and by the time you're done, you're done. And then,
You got a headache, that's
yes,
what, yeah.
and on October 10th, we'll be at City Hall, 10th floor, 9 o'clock. We'll be making our presentation to the PIAC committee. And then from October to December, the PIAC committee has that room reserved for department hearings and then also deliberation of their budget. Their budget, once approved, will go to City Council. City Council will make some tweaks to it and then make a recommendation, and then that'll go into the final budget that'll be approved in April, and then funds will become available May 1, 2015. So with that, I'll answer any questions.
Richard, we had some discussion earlier in the workshop about the priority concept.
Yes.
And the way we want to approach it is, right now, the maintenance are not in priority order, which is fine.
Yes.
We would keep the others in a priority order because it's a long list, but the
Right.
leverage and the mandated, each of them speaks for themselves. Don't prioritize those 2 categories.
Okay.
Your initial statement, though, says in priority order. Is that what they tell us to do?
Those are our directions, and,
Those are our directions, yeah.
but, you know, we only have 3 projects in mandated, we only have 5 in leverage, so they fund the 5th one over the number 1. I mean, we can submit them without priorities, or, I think if you have 5 projects, they're all priorities.
And I think the fact that the mandated and leverage are higher than the other ones, that in itself is a priority.
Yes,
Right.
It's more like a sub-priority.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way to say it.
so, okay.
Great.
Any other questions or comments? Nicely done as always.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30282.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a request for appropriation from the Special Gift Fund that we use for a variety of budgetary needs. Sherry Van Winkle manages this for us, and we were talking at the workshop earlier. I think the last time we brought this to the board was a couple years ago, and recommend approval. If you have any questions, Sherry would be glad to answer those.
Any questions? I think it's pretty straightforward. Okay, great. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution number 30283.
Yes, Commissioners, this is,
That's my favorite topic.
this is an agreement that we request approval between the sports properties, which becomes Soccer Village LLC, Heartland Soccer, and as you recall, we have an agreement with Soccer Village Properties to build and develop and maintain and operate the Swope Park Soccer Village. And this would then bring Heartland Soccer to the table to do all the scheduling for the soccer play that would occur over the course of time at this location. There again, we have an ongoing relationship with both of these organizations and recommend approval.
Any comments, questions? All right, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Great, motion passes. Resolution number 30284.
This one, Commissioners, is Amendment 3. Again, this is Soccer Village Properties LLC. This amendment would be for an amount of $461, and this builds 2 additional locker rooms to the building at that location. And this all ties into, of course, having a good facility for competitive soccer for the teams, of course, to use when they're playing these tournaments. Taylor Ives is here if you have any questions.
Any questions of Travis on this? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
So motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, resolution passes. Resolution number 30285 regarding gifts and contributions.
Yes, Commissioners, one gift.
Okay,
Recommend approval.
great. All right, is there a motion to approve and accept?
So moved.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Gifts have been accepted. All right, on to the director's report.
First item is a report on the playground for Kessler Park, Forrest Evans. We have a memo, and Forrest is going to summarize and probably add a little bit to what's in his memo.
Afternoon, Commissioners. Yeah, we've been working with the residents of the Scarrett Renaissance Neighborhood Association on kind of 2 separate projects, but will eventually form one full playground. The first one, as I've outlined in the memo, is a grant with Kaboom. Scarrett actually applied for this grant. We come in as a partner and as the landowner, obviously. And we've been working on that and just finalized it. Actually, Terry just signed it yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, so it's just now finalized. But it's a pretty rapid pace on that, on getting that playground built through Kaboom. We've actually got our first design day Thursday, so day after tomorrow, so really quick, with a community build day of October 18th. So it's all pretty compressed and how we get everything going there. The second project is a hillside slide, which we've actually been working on longer than the Kaboom grant. So that'll be built adjacent to where we're going to build the playground, which, if I didn't tell you the area, I think I said it in the memo there. It's in the area south of the concourse in Kessler Park. And I'll let Scott answer any specific questions about the hillside slide. I always get those words mixed around. It's kind of a tongue twister. But ultimately, these will be built, even though they're built a little bit apart, they're going to be one complete playground and part of the whole area redesign, with redesigning the tennis courts into some basketball courts and a multi-purpose court and a tennis court on the existing sites. So, but I don't know if that's confusing or not, but ask me any questions if you have any.
That's great. No, I'm glad we're repurposing those courts.
Will you be bringing the plan to us before they start the construction on the design?
Yeah, we haven't really talked about that exactly how that's going to work yet, but yeah, I think we need to. The design day that we're having Thursday actually integrates like the children from the neighborhood and the adults, and then some of us staff will be present. Scott and I will both be there. And they actually like draw out features that they would like to see in the playground. That gets shipped to the actual people that are building the playground, which is Playworld Systems in this case, and they will submit back to us 3 totally separate designs for a playground. So at that point, we can have some more input on what those are. So I'm not sure how that will coincide with board meetings and everything. We'll have to kind of figure that out.
We probably need to show you the site plan, because if you look at the 2 playground components,
We'll grab that.
they're right here.
Yeah, Scott grabbed it,
Scott,
brought it in
I
here.
think Scott can kind of put this into context with the site plan.
So Kessler Park is right next to the concourse. So concourse runs it.
Just
Well, Kessler's the long linear park, but then the concourse is part of
The
it.
answer is yes.
Yes, so
It's the
yeah.
one to the side. I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. Scott Overbay's got he's going to show you the larger scale drawing, he's going to show you more site specific.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is just a location map telling you about where it is in Kessler Park.
If you recall, this is where the fountain is at Concourse, and then the red area is on the other side of Gladstone down the hill. And then the silver areas, you want to point to the silver areas, or these are the areas where the hillslide will be. And down at the bottom of the hill, this will be the playground area that we're going to design with Kaboom.
It's an existing basketball court.
Yeah.
And these are the 4 existing courts that'll be repurposed. 2 will become basketball, 1 will be a tennis, and then 1 will be soccer. And then they'll propose other activities around this north end of the park with a trail. And I believe there's 3 exercise equipment to go with the Kaboom playground.
Can you tell me more? It says the slides will be brushed concrete? Slide and
Yeah.
brushed concrete,
Polished concrete.
polished concrete,
Yeah,
okay.
did I
It
say
said
brushed concrete?
Yeah, you said brushed.
Sorry about that.
Come on, what's
But it will be polished.
So it's
Are there any
Good
real,
catch, it'll be polished.
are there any real safety issues with something like that? That's pretty wide and
With the slide,
yeah.
yeah, I think the key to it, at least in my mind, Scott can comment too, is the landing area at the bottom. Making sure that there's
Yeah.
not an obstruction or anything like that at the bottom. so
We'll
we have to
extend
acknowledge-
the end of the slide, and also on this slide, there's a kind of a dip in the slide for slowing them down for toddlers and younger
Mhm.
children. The slide on the left will be a larger, faster
big
slide
kids.
for bigger kids.
That's me and Dave. We're
So
gonna be going on that thing together.
Kaboom provides all this planning and design. They also provide money, correct, through the Humana Foundation.
Correct.
The Scarrett Renaissance has been raising funds already for the hillside slide, and then now they're raising money for the Kaboom playground.
Yeah, they do, they have a required match on the Kaboom playground.
So they're raising private money for both. And then we've got some PIAC funds, I believe, Scott, that goes into
Yes,
this.
75,000 in PIAC.
Right, and then, of course, ultimately, we have the 2 courts for basketball, tennis, and then is it futsal, that's what they call that?
Yep.
And they play the soccer in the. in that
Well,
side.
basically, yeah, it's just on a tennis court, so, yeah, it's a hard surface.
Right. It's a lot of nice improvements.
It's good.
Okay, great. That's great, thank you. It's an exciting project.
It is.
Travis?
Travis passing out some watches.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon, Travis.
Today will be a celebration of success.
All right, we like that.
We like to do that once in a while. We don't want anybody getting too big ahead, so we want to hold it down to a minimum here. But I do want to recognize some of the PMs that have been part of that success. We had recently, at the August 15th Southtown Annual Beautification Award Dinner, we received awards for several projects. And I brought the PM standard today so that they could be recognized by the board. The first one was the Crystal Award for Preservation Projects, and that went to the Waldo the Waldo Tower Restoration. And the project manager is Bob Lawler. You stand up, Bob. Now, you won't find Bob's certificate there because Curtis Marinas accepted that on behalf of the Waldo Tower Historic Society. So, and a little bit about that project. So far to date, it's about $900,000 on the restoration of that project. And it's a multi-phase project, including master plan, roof repairs, concrete repairs, installation of a tower access door, vector screening, landscaping, lighting, repainting that's going on right now. Eventually, the neighborhood and the council would like to see an elevator inside that structure, so that's yet to come. But
I might also mention Councilman Scott Taylor was driving by the tower this morning. I think he saw it for the first time and was just very, very excited to see it. So he called on his cell phone and asked that we do an event to commemorate the tower being painted and looking very nice. And so I shared that with Heidi, so she'll have that on her calendar of other, christening was the terminology used. Anyway, that'll be coming later.
Bottom some champagne.
With some champagne.
You see it just kind of, great, well, thank you so
Very
much.
good.
Congratulations to
Next-
everybody. Yeah.
Next project is the Swift Park signage project. Heather Runkle's the project manager on that project. That project included a Swift Park signage master plan for the entire Swift Park area, and you see portions of that implemented along 63rd, within the park itself, Gregory, and Zoo Drive. It's a multi-phase project that's going to occur over a number of years because it's only implemented as money becomes available for the project. So we've, to date, I believe the spending on that project to date spent about $750,000. The next project is the 63rd Trafficway Sidewalks and Signal Projects, and William Warren, the project manager on that project. That project took the sidewalks from Jackson, up here near the community center, all the way down to Manchester, where they picked up with the existing sidewalks, implemented the ADA ramps along that way, put the ADA access and ramp at the Manchester light down here with the PED buttons and so forth, and then you have the obviously the signal job going in down at the bottom of the hill down at Lewis Road and 63rd as well to get people in and out of Soccer Village down there. That project is about a $900,000 project, so.
And those retaining walls look great, too.
That retaining wall was a very necessary part, and I thought it did a great job as far as making sure that tied into the park itself as opposed to just a plain gray concrete wall out there with the stone facing and so forth. It makes it look like it belongs here, so.
Absolutely.
Fourth project that we received the award for, which you heard about it as part of the project here, was the Soccer Village itself. And as you saw from the board memo, that one's up to about $14.5 million now. So all said and done, we have about $16.5 million that was recognized in projects by the Southtown Council and received awards for those. So I wanted to make sure you met the staff behind that.
Well, great. We applaud you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you all for all.
And who's the PM on the Soccer Village?
He shows up here once in a while.
Nicely done, Travis.
Thanks, Travis. That's great.
Speaking about dedications and events, Heidi.
Hello.
Okay, well, we made it through our second biggest weekend of the summer, which was the weekend of August 15th, 16th, and 17th, with, I think, 4 big events that weekend, beginning with Tony Hawk at Penn Valley Skate Park, and had a good turnout for that. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for those of you who made it, and we got to watch the little local legend skate, Big E.
He's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah, and we got some good testimonials from him. He's a little 11-year-old kid. He is the top professional skateboarder, 14 and under, in the entire United States. He lived in Greenwood, grew up around here, but learned to actually skate at Penn Valley Skate Park. So we got him on tape. We're going to make a little video, like I said, testimonials out of that. And he's going to come back and do some events, maybe like he's really pro helmet, wearing a helmet when you're skating, and so he's got KU Med Center as his kind of sponsor, and they're doing a campaign, and so we're going to work together with them. Thank you, McLean, for making that connection. But it was a really fun day, so we thank Tony Hawk for making us stop here in Kansas City. Following that, we had, of course, the Ethnic Festival opened up that evening and ran through the weekend. They had record-breaking attendance at the festival. Thank you again to those of you who were able to get there. It wasn't super hot. Yeah, it wasn't like this past weekend, I guess. So it was pretty decent. It was a little overcast cloud-wise, so that helped a lot, especially on Saturday with the 2 events that we had, Cleaver Boulevard opening and the Rock the Block that evening. So big, good weekend and got it done and out of the way. So since that, we, of course, had the opening of the Wagon Trail Dog Park, which is very appropriate to talk about. I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple dog events right now because it's National Dog Day. If you didn't know that, hashtag National Dog Day. And so I'm not sure what exactly that means, to do something nice for your dog. And but anyway, we opened up the Wagon Trail Dog Park on August 20th with North Kansas City, partnership with that city. Really good turnout, very hot day, very hot evening, but people are super excited about that. Our third dog park in our system. We are working on a fourth one, opening up in Case Park sometime. I'm not sure what the time frame would be on that, but
It's in design, probably first of the year or something like that.
okay. Well, good. We can have a dog park opening on a really cold day
Right.
to balance it out.
There were probably 200 people there and 90 dogs. Yeah. So it was just unbelievable.
You think there were more people than dogs?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I was there and he was there. and-
I know, I think Forrest, did you count 173 cars? I thought yeah, it was crazy.
There were
So-
more people coming when we
Yeah.
were
Mhm. Yeah, and we had a number of vendors there as well, so it was a good evening. We also have gotten an interesting proposal from some entity in town who wants to establish a bar and restaurant in conjunction with the dog park called Bar with K, which is super clever. But we're taking a look at that. I think that you may know them. So I think it's a fantastic idea.
It's clever, though.
It is
Yeah,
clever.
bar, yeah.
Yeah. A couple of other dog events that we have coming up, of course, is our end of the season swim parties for our dogs. We have one on Saturday, September the 6th at the Bay, and then on Sunday, September the 7th at the Springs. The Bay is a 2-hour party with all sizes of dogs. The Springs has gotten so large that we are separating it this year for the first time, so we want to be very clear to everyone that from 12 to 2, dogs 40 pounds and under or very low active senior dogs can come, and then from 2 to 4, the big dogs can come and take over. So that's going to be logistically kind of a nightmare, I think, getting the littles out and the bigs in. But it should be interesting, and it's always a good time for the dogs. Coming up this weekend, we have our second in a series of summer concert series at the Kansas City Museum. They started last month. Have one this Friday evening. It's a mariachi band, I believe, or some. I've lost the name of it. Do you know off the top of your head? Thank you. Mexican folklore. And you want to say it? Does that sound right?
Yeah, Coyoacán.
Okay.
It's a part of Mexico City, Coyoacán.
Okay, cool.
Cuarteto is a quartet.
Quartet.
Coyoacán, there you go.
That's from 7 to 9 this Friday evening. And then they have their final and third of their summer concert series in September. I believe that'd be like the 19th, is that right? Yeah. Project H, that's much easier to say. I don't know if you recall, last summer we did the Fountain Festival, and part of the Fountain Festival was the plein air exhibit of paintings that the artists have been painting again all summer. They've had the opportunity to go out all summer long and paint our various fountains. They will have them on exhibit at the Buttonwood Art Gallery on September the 5th. And then through September the 25th, they'll be on display there, as well as an online auction will take place again, where 50% of, I believe it's 50% of the proceeds will go to support our fountains, the Wish Upon a Fountain campaign. So that's very exciting. I think they have like 50 artists that have participated. Oh, see? You can catch all the information in the paper. And then also on September the 5th is Red Friday. And we will be supporting the Chiefs again, as we have in the past, by dyeing 8 of our fountains red. And then we'll be putting Chiefs flags up on the Sister Cities Bridge on the plaza, and then 10 other facilities around our parks facilities around the city. And then we will also be having the Chiefs logo painted in the grass on Ward Parkway on that hill, kind of when you're coming from the plaza, and then also Ilis Davis Park. So we will be celebrating with them, the kickoff to the Chiefs season. And then just right shortly thereafter will be the Swope Soccer Village opening. We do have a new time for that. It's been pushed up an hour, so it's now at 4:30, which might help for you with your event.
Yes.
But I still want you to
saw
come
that.
in black tie.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'll be happy to do that. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
And cleats.
And cleats, that's fine. I actually have black and white cleats, so I'll bring.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
Let's also mention the picnic we're having, or the employees at the Bay?
Oh, there's the city manager's appreciation picnic for all of the city staff and their families, and that will be this Saturday at the Bay Water Park and Longview Tract there. There's a lot of things going on. They have a stage of entertainment. They're going to have the Manager's Cup kickball and tug-of-war tournaments. The Bay will be open for free for all of the employees and their friends, and then there'll be barbecue. I think we have 1,700 tickets. 2,200 tickets have now, but they just ramp up like every hour. So that's going to be fun to get 2,200 people there, in there
We have football
on
fields.
Saturday morning.
It's not just the Bay, it's the football fields.
Right, they're going to be all spread out there. So
It'll be good, it'll be good.
we're very appreciative for the city manager throwing an appreciation party.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Public hearing, nobody? Do you have any? No? Empty? Okay, very good. Do we want to do, yes, very good. Calendar check.
Yeah, calendar, just quickly, I, still yet here in the month of August, I saw there's an email, there's a groundbreaking for the orangutan exhibit tomorrow at 10:30. How long does that fit your schedule, Marcia?
That's one tomorrow.
Yeah, and then,
Can you just send that? out?
I'll send
Carmen, would you mind sending that?
Yeah.
Thank
Came from Julie this morning, Carmen, if you saw that.
you. Thank you.
And then looking at the month of September, once we get past a busy Labor Day weekend, city fountains, now there's a fundraising committee at 10:30, the regular meeting at 11:30, I saw that on the 3rd.
Mhm.
Platte County Park Partners on the 10th, our next board meeting's on the 9th. Heidi mentioned the soccer village on the 12th, Starlight board meeting on the 18th. And then the other groundbreaking we added here was the shelter and parking lot out at Marlboro. Is that Marlboro Park? I believe it is. And the parking lot by the community center. That's the 24th of September. And then quickly looking at October. Again, two board meeting dates and Platte County Park Partners. And then the week of the 13th of October is NRPA.
I was going to ask. What's the update?
And if commissioners have an interest in attending that, please let Carmen know that. I think it starts on the Monday or the Tuesday and runs through the week. That's in Mecklenburg County, North Carolina.
Come on.
I wasn't going to go this year, but I've been getting a little pressure because I'm supposed to throw a party at the Mecklenburg Brewery.
What is that?
It's the 13th, it's this week right here, it's at midweek.
If Dave has a party.
There you go.
Oh, God.
Invited or not.
That's it. Okay, great. Anything else? Good to hear? Okay, with that, meeting is adjourned.
By that time, I'll have my knees.